This is not a bait, guys. World Heroes Missions is finally coming back. You heard that right. The World Heroes Missions characters and banner are coming back to My Hero Ultra Impact for the first time in over a year since global launched, and that is so hype. It means I'm finally gonna have my chance to get the World Heroes Missions Bakugo, who I have been missing, one of the main characters I've been missing in the game. I have pretty much every other character besides Inasa now, so I'm going to be pulling on this banner. And then alongside the new World Heroes Missions banner, right now in game, we have Chapter 2 for the World Heroes Missions case file. So make sure you guys are going and grinding out that case file as well, because you can get Night Eye's orbs and level up your SR Night Eye, and that is free hero gems that you can use to summon. So this banner is going to be starting on the 28th, which is very soon. At the time of recording this, it is the 27th at like 3:50 a.m. Like, it's really late for me. I have to be up at 7 a.m. guys. Like, oof, man, but I had to, because I knew this was coming. I saw the teaser on Twitter, and this is absolutely massive news. And there's just so much to talk about with this movie mashup Recruit that is coming. So not only are we getting the rerun of the original movie heroes, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, we are also getting a new SR Flex in the game, so that is a new character, and we are getting another World Heroes Missions Deku, but this time featuring Rhodey alongside him, so that's very hype too. And then alongside the rerun, they're not just giving us these characters again, they are buffing them. These are the first characters we're seeing buffed, and I don't think we have to earn the buffs. I think they just automatically get buffed, so that is amazing. I knew down the line this was eventually going to happen, right, to bring old characters back into relevance. I thought they would do something like Dokkan with an EZA, but apparently not, or maybe they'll do something like that later down the line. But this is going to bring these characters back into relevance and actually hopefully make them fairly decent in Ultra Impact again. So we need to take a look at their kits and talk about what has changed with their kits, because like these are some massive changes. So starting with Deku, this is a screenshot of the website before he was updated, right? His plus ultra move used to deal 700% damage to a single opponent, and skill impact was increased by 40% if the opponent was a villain. Now his plus ultra move is going to deal 700% damage to a single opponent, increase skill impact by 40% if the opponent is a villain, and also increase skill impact by 30% if the opponent is affected by power down. Go back to his first action skill, you have Detroit Smash, deals 350% damage to a single opponent. Skill impact is increased relative to character speed, whereas now deals 350% damage to a single opponent. Skill impact is increased relative to character speed, but you get this additional effect. Also decreases the opponent's power by 20% for 3 turns, so that's good. And notice the cooldown time from 4 turns down to a 3-turn cooldown. He had a Deku with 2 3-turn cooldowns, and they're both action skills that do damage. Oh my gosh, they have niced this boy, and we already have him for some of us, and if you don't have him, you're going to be able to pull for him again, so that's absolutely amazing. Like, guys, you have no idea how excited I am for this banner. Delaware Smash is his second action skill, and what it used to do is it used to deal 400% damage to a single opponent. It used to increase character speed by 40% for 3 turns, and also increase characters plus ultra gauge by 30%. Now it's pretty much the same thing, because that skill was really good, right? It's hard to make it better, but the main thing is, look at the cooldown. 5 turns down to 3 turns. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good, right? And then coming down a little bit more, his first auto skill, when HP is below 50%, increases character's power by 40%, and once per battle gives character the ability to make a last stand 1 time. That was before. After, when HP is below 50%, gives character resilience, increases character's power by 50%, and once per battle gives the character the ability to make a last stand 3 times. So even better. He's just, oh my gosh, they made a good Deku. They have made a good Deku, and I'm loving it. All right, the second auto skill, Control My Heart, increases characters plus ultra gauge by 30% when battle starts. Also increases critical hit rate of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. Before, I believe it was just himself. Yeah, it was just himself. He increased his own critical hit rate by 30%. Now he increases the critical hit rate of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. That is nuts. That is really, really, really good. That makes him like beautifully good for VE Tower. This has made him good for VE Tower. This has made him good for PvP, but really, really good for VE Tower with the lower cooldowns, the critical hit rate, the technical hits. Like, oof. Deku just got so much better. They are not only buffing Deku though, we also have Bakugo and Todoroki to go over. So Bakugo's plus ultra armor piercing shot auto cannon deals 700% damage to a single opponent. Skill impact is increased by 40% if the opponent is affected by critical hit rate down. That was before. Now deals 700% damage to a single opponent, increases skill impact by 40% if the opponent is affected by critical hit rate down, and also decreases the opponent's speed by 30% for 3 turns. So that's decent. I prefer still, once again, speed being decreased on an auto skill, but we'll take it. That's an additional effect that wasn't there before and makes him better, right? His first action skill, Explosive Speed Turbo, deals 400% damage to a single opponent, also increases character skill impact by 50% for 3 turns. This was a 5-turn cooldown. Now deals 400% damage to a single opponent, increases skill impact by 50% for 3 turns, and also decreases the defense of the opponent by 25% for 3 turns. That's good. Decreasing defense is actually really good. And then a cooldown time of 4 turns. So that lowered the cooldown time to 4 turns from 5 turns. That makes him a lot more usable, right? The second action skill deals 400% damage to a single opponent, low chance 25% of burning the opponent for 3 turns. Also decreases the opponent's critical hit rate by 30% for 3 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain. And then this had a cooldown time of 4 turns, and I don't know if a whole lot changed with this one really, but deals 400% damage to a single opponent, low chance 25% of burning for 3 turns, just like before. When used in a successfully executed skill chain, decreases the opponent's critical hit rate by 30% for 3 turns and decreases their speed by 20% for 3 turns. So before it only decreased their critical hit rate, now it also decreases their speed, which, you know, that's still good. We take that. The first auto skill before, it used to say increases character speed by 30% when HP is 50% or higher, also increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30% when battle starts, and now it says when HP is 50% or higher, gives character composure and increases character speed by 30% and increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30% when battle starts. So now he also gets composure, which is an extra buff on top of all that. And then his second auto skill, condensed strength, used to say increases character's power by 40% when HP is below 50%, also decreases a single opponent's power by 20% for 3 turns when a wave starts. Now it says increases character's power by 40% when HP is below 50%, also decreases a single opponent's power by 20% for 3 turns when a wave starts. I don't think that one changed at all, actually. Looking at it now, 40%, 20%, yeah, that one didn't change at all. Okay, but that's fine. A lot of changes for him. Very, very good changes. You know, I still think Deku got the biggest nice so far of the two, but let's take a look at Todoroki. Todoroki's plus ultra move is called Heaven Piercing Ice Wall. It used to deal 600% damage to a single opponent, high chance 80% of freezing the opponent for 1 turn, medium chance 50% of binding the opponent. Let's see if they made any changes here. Deals 600% damage to a single opponent, high chance 80% of freezing the opponent for 1 turn, also medium chance of binding the opponent for 2 turns. So they've changed the binding from 1 turn to 2 turns, which actually, like, that's a massive change. It makes it so much more useful because that actually now interrupts their skill chain for 2 turns, which is very, 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 very good if you don't know how good bind can be. So that makes him a lot better. His first action skill, Fire Dance, used to deal 275% damage to all opponents, had a low chance of burning them, and increased the skill impact of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. Let's see if they changed anything. Deals 275% damage to all opponents, so that damage to the same. It did. Okay, medium chance 45% of burning all opponents for 4 turns, so that's an extra turn, and also increase the skill impact of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. So the only thing that changed there was the amount of turns that the opponents will burn, but that's still decent. I wish they had lowered the cooldowns. Maybe they'll do that down in the auto skills though, which would make them a little bit better. We'll see. The action skill 2 deals 350% damage to a single opponent, medium chance 40% of freezing the opponent for 1 turn, also reduces damage to all allies by 30% for 2 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain. Let's see if anything changed here. It definitely looks like things changed here, right? It's longer. Deals 300% 350% damage to a single opponent, medium chance 40% of freezing the opponent for 1 turn. When used in a successfully executed skill chain, gives character a barrier that nullifies 1 hit and reduces damage to all allies by 30% for 2 turns. So giving him a barrier gives him even more survivability. I like that. I really do like that. His first auto skill, lower the chance of all allies burning for 3 turns when a wave starts. Also increase character's power by 40% for 3 turns when a wave starts. Now it makes character ecstatic when HP is 50% or higher. That's going to make him a lot more usable. Those plus ultras are going to go nuts. Lowers chance of all allies getting burned for 3 turns when a wave starts. Also increases character's power by 40% for 3 turns when a wave starts. Before, for his second auto skill, it increased character's power by 40% if there were any pro heroes on the team. Now it says if there are any pro heroes on the team, increases character's power by 40% and increases the critical hit rate of all allies by 15%, which is that's good too. If you were to ask me out of the 3 who got the biggest buff, I'm going with Deku. Deku, he blew these 2 out of the water when it came to how much of a buff he got, but like he desperately needed it to put him on par even with these characters. So I think Deku is like astronomically better than he used to be. Back when you originally pulled for these characters, you wanted to pull for this Todoroki right here, and then Bakugo would have been second and Deku would have been last. Now I'm saying Deku first, Todoroki second, and Bakugo probably last, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But if you guys are going to be pulling on this banner, you know, try to get these characters, because who knows when they're going to come back again. You only know how long we've been waiting for them to come back. It feels like it's been forever, and it's so nice that this is not a bait this time around. So now let's talk about the new banner that is going to be coming out alongside the Rerun banner, and that is going to feature this new SR Flect as well as the new UR Infinity Power Izuku Midoriya. So we'll start with the SR. This Flect, his plus ultra move is going to be called Reflect Wave. It deals 500% damage to a single opponent. It gives character a barrier that nullifies 3 hits and shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 1, making both of his action skills 4-turn cooldowns, which is actually fairly decent when it comes to VE Tower, which is mainly where we look at SRs being usable, right? His first action skill is called Reflection. It gives character the ability to nullify normal attacks and the ability to counter for 3 turns. It gives aggro to character for 3 turns and reduces damage to character by 35% for 3 turns. This is an amazing ability right here. I wish it was on a UR Flect. The second action skill deals 350% damage to a single opponent with a low chance 20% of stunning the opponent for 2 turns. It increases skill impact by 40% if the opponent is a hero. Honestly, not bad. Stunning is good. It becomes a medium chance with a crit, so not bad. And then the first auto skill, Leader of Humor Ice, increases skill impact of all ally villains by 25%. Okay, interesting. The second auto skill, A Wish to Exterminate, increases skill impact by 50% when character counters after nullifying a normal attack. So he's just going to hit really hard on his counters, essentially. Gives character a barrier that nullifies 3 hits when HP is below 30% up to 1 time. So that's also going to give him more survivability. And then, of course, we have his arts over here. I think I almost like the Unawakened art more than I like the Awakened art, but once again, one of those things. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Which art do you like better for Flect? But I am just personally so hyped that he is finally coming to the game. We're getting another villain in the game. It's beautiful, and I hope this opens up more avenues for other movies and other movie characters to come into the game, because that would be absolutely amazing, right? Now let's talk about the new UR Infinity Power Izuku Midoriya. And so originally we were kind of thinking this might be a dual unit, but of course it's not the dual unit yet. They'll probably save that for an anniversary, right? But we will have kind of a dual unit intro animation and exit animation and a plus ultra animation, but just like when you actually see the unit in game, it's not a dual unit. I don't know, it's kind of weird the way it works, but anyways, so we have the plus ultra move called Otheon Smash. It deals 650% damage to a single opponent and cancels all of the opponent's temporary cover, allies, and aggro effects. So yeah, you're not allowed to cover anymore. That is yup. Really good. By Kirishima. Increases skill impact of all allies by 35% for 3 turns. And this does say temporary cover, so I don't know if that'll be interesting to see how that works, because does Fantasy Kirishima's aggro, when he's above 50% health, count as temporary cover or permanent cover? That's a good question. We'll have to see how that works, right? Increases skill impact of all allies by 35% for 3 turns. This skill gains piercing shot on top of that. He has piercing shot. Oh my gosh, it's already looking good. It's looking good. Please, are they about to nice us with 2 Dekus and 1 update? That would be insane. First action skill. Detroit Smash deals 400% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance 40% of stunning the opponent for 2 turns. Guys, you don't realize how big that is. Medium chance, that's like a 70% chance when you land a crit. That is a high chance to stun. You're basically going to be stunning all the time with this character. Ooh, that's great. That is really, really good. If the opponent has the ability to cover allies or to take aggro, this skill gains piercing shot. So yeah, yep, be careful running your defensive characters against him, and increases skill impact by 30%, and it only has a cooldown time of 4. Like, it's so good. It's so good. The second action skill is called Black Whip. It deals 375% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance 40% of binding the opponent for 2 turns, and decreases the opponent's skill impact by 30% for 3 turns. So you can bind the opponent as well with this one for 2 turns and decrease their skill impact, making them hit like, you know, not as hard as they would. Cooldown time of 4. This one's kind of a little bit more lackluster, but like everything else in this kit makes up for it so far. But still, that is status elements on both action skills, right, which is really good. And then piercing shot on this skill and this skill, which is really good. So far, solid. Very, very solid. Let's see his auto skills though. This is kind of the make or break point though. Flexible thinking is his first auto skill. When HP is below 50%, shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 3 up to 1 time. That's okay. Increases character's plus ultra gauge by 40% up to 1 time, and gives character the ability to make a last stand for 2 turns up to 1 time. Okay, so he is getting a last stand from dropping below 50% HP. Shortening action skill cooldown time is okay. It's kind of hard to plan around and actually use that. It can come in useful, but I don't like things that kind of rely on that those effects do kind of annoy me. The second auto skill, Sober and Honest, every 2 turns increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30% and plus ultra move skill impact by 20%. That's a dub. That's a dub right there, right? Increasing his plus ultra move skill impact by 20% every 2 turns. Eventually he's going to hit like a truck. Now that scaling will take a little bit, but the thing to take away here is that every 2 turns he's increasing his plus ultra gauge by 30%. So basically he's automatically giving himself 30% plus ultra gauge, which is very, very good when it comes to VE Tower or wanting to run him alongside any other characters in PvP even. That will be very good for him. And then of course we have his arts where he has the Infinity Fist. Sorry, the way they have this written out. The Infinity Fist. And then we have the Rody and Deku version of the art, which is also very, very cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the animation for this character. And then we actually still have some more news after this. So make sure you stick around. This is the plus ultra animation, entrance animation, and exit animation for Rody and Deku. Honestly, this is looking good. This is looking good. They got the custom background, the Eltheon background. Oh, okay. It was so simple, like the kick and everything. Is that their exit animation? Oh my goodness. We got to watch that one more time. Like that. You guys can't tell me that isn't good. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to summon on the World Heroes Missions banner. This is so good. It's so sick, right? Oh my gosh, let me know how you guys are feeling down in the comments, but I am ready. I am so ready for this banner. Oh my goodness, one more time. One more time. It's so good. Guys, oh my goodness. And then after this, so this banner starts on the 28th. We have another banner coming up on the 1st. So on the 1st, we have the Make-A-Wish UA Star Festival Recruit, where we're going to get a new SR memory, a new UR memory, and a new limited character. Alongside this banner, a few days later, we're going to have the Revival It's Summer banner coming back out, where you will once again be able to get Yukata Deku and Yukata Su, who is a very good SR character. Honestly, the SR character might be better than the UR character. That will be coming out on the 7th, so make sure you guys are summoning on this if you didn't happen to pull these the first time around, but like this banner is also going to be very good, and it does come out before the rerun banner, so just keep that in mind if you are wanting to summon on the rerun banner. So let's take a look at the SR, UR, and UR memories and the new UR character. I love this art. This is so good, and it's SR art. This is SR art. It's so good. Okay, so the DX of this memory, it's called Sometimes, increases characters' action skill impact by 40% if there are any UA high teachers on the team. Also increases characters' max HP by 30% if there are any pro heroes on the team. Obviously not the best SR memory, right? But it could have its uses, and the art is amazing. The art team always killing it, right? The new UR memory is called Marksman. It increases characters' power by 50% when equipped by an int type character, increases characters' max HP by 20% when equipped by a UA high student, also increases characters' speed by 20% if there are any UA high class characters on the team. This could be a decent memory. I don't know where it's gonna fit in. Increase in speed by 20% is okay, but like obviously other memories do that more. Increase in HP is okay, other memories do that more. Increase in power by 50%. I wouldn't say other memories necessarily do that, so that's kind of what you're looking at here is like, hey, it increases power of an N-type character by 50%. That can actually make characters like Green Todoroki, for example, hit for probably 99,000 damage. So it could actually be very good. It could be good on like Yukata Deku. It could be a decent memory for those characters, but besides that, I don't know where it's really going to be super useful. It might be worth getting. We'll have to see how good it actually is in game, but it can potentially make your green characters that don't always hit super hard actually hit those numbers that you're looking for and hit fairly hard. And of course, once again, the art team just freaking blowing it out of the water. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for, the character for this banner, Starry Night Shoto Todoroki. Once again, this banner is coming out on the 1st, and so here we go. Starry Fist of Ice and Fire deals 600% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance of burning the opponent for 3 turns. Shortens character's action skill cooldown time by 1. Also gives all allies a barrier that nullifies 1 hit. That barrier is really useful, as you guys have seen with Fantasy Todoroki, right? The first action skill is called Raging Fist, deals 400% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance 50% of burning the opponent for 3 turns, increases the freezing and frostbite resistances of all allies by 3 for 3 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain. So there's a technical hit and a status element in one. Really good, right? Also increases skill impact by 40% when character's max HP is increased, which is fairly easy to accomplish, and a 4-turn cooldown with the cooldown reduction from above. The second action skill, Ice Fog, deals 275% damage to all opponents with a medium chance 40% of freezing them for 1 turn. Increases max HP of all allies by 20% for 3 turns. Also gives burn resistance to all allies for 3 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain. And so there's another technical hit. You have another status element. You increase max HP. You also give resistances to your characters. Like, this is going to be an interesting character. I wonder if we're going to end up with a stage where we need these resistances and it's actually useful to us. We'll have to see how the game ends up going. And then we have the first auto skill, Almighty, increases action skill impact of all allies by 30% when characters max HP is increased. That is freaking insane. I don't know if you guys realize how much that is, but that is really good and obviously easy to achieve because you can increase your max HP with this action skill. Increases speed of all allies by 20% when characters frostbite resistance is increased. Okay. Yep, really good. Also increases defense of all allies by 20% when characters burn resistance is increased. So, okay, now we see why he gives all those resistances. Very good. And then the second auto skill, Natural Airhead, increases critical hit rate of all ally int type characters by 25%. So he is a int type support for crit rate. He's going to be interesting to see how he plays. I don't know how useful he's going to be. He's going to be good, right? He has technicals, he has status elements, he increases skill impact. He's going to be very good. The question of how good he's going to be, is he going to be S tier? Is he going to be A tier and like VE Tower PvP? Well, we'll have to see. I can't really make any judgments yet. I do think he's going to be up there towards the top, but I don't know how far towards the top. I do think he is going to be fairly decent though. And then of course his arts look amazing as well. And then we're going to cap off this video by looking at his plus ultra animation. Here is Todoroki's entrance, plus ultra, and exit animations. Okay, so this is his plus ultra right here. Looks like Flash Fire, Fist, Hellfire. Oh, but he goes up into the sky. Oh, in the Milky Way. Oh my goodness. And we got the festival background for the entrance and the exit. Actually, it's good. It's good. It's so good. Oh my, I don't know who I like better. I don't know which one I like better. Do I like Rhodey and Deku, or do I like Todoroki better? Oh my goodness. These banners come out so close together, guys. They come out so close together. What are they doing to us? Oh my goodness. If you have to pick and choose, this is going to be rough. Let me know which one you like better. Which one are you going to be summoning for down in the comments? This is actually insane, just what they're releasing so close together. Anyways, guys, that is all the news for My Hero Ultra Impact as of right now. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year, and I need your guys' help, so please help me out if you're not already subscribed. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.